All right, this last family of weaves, we're not going to look at from the tilted atom initially. We're going to look at it from vertical versus vertical because this is where it's most commonly seen. This one here. So we'll take a buzzsaw and we'll bend the far edge, the edge that's away from us, out at 45 degrees. So you get this one. And then you bring your hands together. Essentially it's this, your valley mode, hands together, and you rotate it down. This is the in swing. Remember, we've covered how to do all of these weaves in the previous one. So now, and we also in the previous video covered that there's a forward and a reverse to all of these. So with this particular one, think of it just like a crosser, where your hands are crossed and you're spinning just reels. And you turn the same way you would with a crosser. As the hand on the side you're turning with leads down, that's when you turn, scoop. As the hand's leading up on the side you're turning to, that's the one you turn, boom. Right, so now, same kind of thing. This is your crosser. This is the wavy weave. Uh-oh, the rain's coming. So the wavy weave is your ability to turn between a reverse and a forward, vertical versus vertical atom, right? So now back to all the weaves that we were just talking about. I'm in reverse doing them. I'll do an in swing one, in swing one. Now my hands are crossed, I do the wavy weave. And now I'm at the forward version of the atom and doing all of my forward vertical versus vertical atomic weaves. You can do variations on this wavy weave, right? So you can take, and the hand that's on top, while you're turning, you can swing it through. So now I'm going to do the other hand on top. As I'm turning, I'm going to swing it through. And you can do a kind of in-swing version of the wavy weave like that. You could even, I'm going to shorten them up for this one, put them both through that negative space or inside space as you turn. Boom. And then in order to stay on the same side, you have to do one in-swing, both through, one in-swing, both through, one in-swing, both through. So the cool thing about the wavy weave and its in-swing and double in-swing variations is now, between all of your vertical versus vertical atoms, you can weave and turn freely. It's just like you have a forward, a wall plane, and a reverse. With your vertical atom now, you have a reverse, your wavy weave plane, whatever you want to call this. I call it the lateral polarity. And then you have your forward. Boom. So there's now a complete system for your atomic stuff in vertical versus vertical. We can also do these in all of the other orientations. They just get kind of weird. So to get our lateral polarity going, we'll take our normal weave, we'll start in our valley mode where we were doing all this stuff before, and we tip it. And instead of just considering it our crosshair, keep tipping. So you can kind of see, here's my valley mode weave. It's just on its side, right? And here it is on the other side. Bing. So this is my wavy weave, just at the tilted atom version. Bing. And then I could do the same thing, one in swing, one in swing here, sorry, one there. Or I can do the double in swing. But I'm just thinking of it this way now. I don't know if that makes sense, but the orientation is just another way to think of it is, here's my vertical versus vertical atom, like this, and then like that. That's my wavy weave. It just tips 90 degrees from the first time I showed you. And then Here's my reverse vertical versus vertical. So all of these moves are the same. You know, you have to figure out how to do them with the planes oriented differently. The last example would be like, so crosshairs, crosshair at them, they're crossed. But so this is the double in swing one, like this. Kind of doing it as a fountain, because if you think about this, it's the same thing. Here we are. It's just this one. We can even do it here. Just got to do it and think about turning around like that. So now I'm going up and down instead of from front to back, right? So even these advanced weaves, these lateral polarity weaves, they also are subject to the idea of orientation and how you want to display them to the audience and what you might have to do to get your body to work around the patterns. What I didn't really demonstrate, so they both have, even these lateral polarity ones, have a mountain mode, which looks like this from the side, and a valley mode, right? It's the same thing, which looks like this from the side. And so you have kind of your polarity weaves here, just like our previous style of weave. All your and then I'm adding 2 beats here, a 2 beat here. You can think of these, do your in swing on this side, bounce it across, in swing on this side. It's the same weave, it's just literally on its side. So all the same kind of variations apply. This is the one where the 2 beats are happening. All right, that pretty much covers it for weaves. That's a lot of stuff, but it's kind of grouped into the different categories. Valley mode with the polarity on the top and the bottom, mountain mode, polarity top and bottom, orienting that all the ways, and then even getting those weird kind of lateral plane things going. You might notice the lateral plane has this cool transitory jumping, switching feel, and it's an interesting thing and it's fun. Don't be discouraged by it, be intrigued by it. So after weaves, we'll move on to flowers. I imagine it'll be flowers.